Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. I'm home from work. I started off my day of work today. Roughly about 5 a.m. is when I got the text from Mike, basically that Howard Finkel passed away. I'm not going to be one of those people to come on here and basically talk about how Howard Finkel was a wrestling legend that definitely changed the game. Howard Finkel, in my mind, definitely has to be looked at as one of the best ring announcers to ever do it. Best guy to ever hold the stick. There's going to be people out there that put Justin Roberts or Dave Penzer, maybe even Lillian Garcia into the discussion. But definitely, in my mind, it's like how people look at the commentating team of Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler. They were the voice of WWE. They did SmackDown. They did Monday Night Raw for years. It's the voice of their childhood. Definitely, when it comes down to it, Howard Finkel was the main ring announcer for WWE from the time I started watching wrestling until roughly around 2000. Howard Finkel was the first ever WWE employee that was hired by Vince and Linda when they took over the company. He was hired on day one. As far as I know, he was under contract with WWE. I don't know how much he was really working for them, but for somebody to have a lifelong career of working for WWE, especially working for Vince McMahon, you got to know that this guy did it all. From listening to various podcasts, not only was he a ring announcer, but he was a guy that worked in the office in charge of travel. He was the guy that contacted people about their bookings, about their flights, kind of was the guy who told people when they got moved out of developmental to the main roster, or if they just were, being put on the house show loop. Fink, damn good guy. I met him probably at the best time there was for me to meet him. I remember thinking that I was going to have a chance to meet him at SummerSlam 2010 Access. Basically, Freaky Natty 88, Miguel had told me that when he went to Access the year before, Fink was kind of the main guy that did the announcing. Fink ended up not making the trip to LA. And they had other people doing the announcing at Access. But I remember we were getting ready to leave, but because Ravi was eating a pizza, I got in line to meet the Fink. I remember I actually had to kayfabe him like I didn't see him. But the line was not that long, so I jumped into the line. Luke might have even been in that line with me and got a chance to meet him at WrestleMania 27 Access. I met him again at WrestleMania 30 Access during the Legends House deal. That's right, he was on Legends House. I looked at that picture today and didn't even remember. That was a damn good show. Why they never did Legends House Season 2? I don't know. But got a chance to get a picture with him and Pat Patterson. I ran into the Fink at the airport at WrestleMania 31. I was actually at the airport to pick up my friends as they flew into San Jose. I didn't have to fly in. I just was the guy driving the GMC Acadia. So piled everybody into there. And as everybody was going to get there, the Fink and his family showed up. I didn't get a picture with him that day because of the fact that he was with his family. But the Fink didn't look like the Fink. He didn't look like the last picture I saw of him that was roughly about a year ago, where the Fink went to a WWE house show and a lot of wrestlers took pictures with him. And that was kind of my first sight of seeing him. At 31, he didn't look the best. But the picture I saw where wrestlers were taking pictures with him, it was almost like a lot of wrestlers knew that might be the last time they ever saw him. And you would read things online about how, the Fink was not doing that well. And sometimes people would come with a report that would contradict that, basically saying that the Fink was fine. But I don't know, man. When you lose a voice of your childhood, no matter what it is, I mean, the Fink did all the major pay-per-views. He did the house shows. If if you went to a show, the Fink is who you saw. It's not like today where basically they use a lot of different names to do the announcing. The main announcers don't really go to the house shows and things like that. The Fink did the travel. And, he was the guy that you heard. And when you lose those voices, it kind of reminds you that you're getting old yourself. And it's going to be us someday. I mean, that's just really what it comes down to it. I mean, there really is no big thing. I mean, I remember the match. I think it was a match, but I remember the brawl that the Fink had with Lillian Garcia. It's not good. I remember his comeback at Survivor Series 2011 when CM Punk brought him out to do the announcing when he won the WWE Championship against Alberto Del Rio. I think that show was even at Madison Square Garden, if I remember right. But that's like the last time that we saw him on television, other than Legends House. Legends House, he looked pretty good. I can't really remember any trouble that he got into, but he was on that show. I think he kind of just played tennis every day and stayed out of trouble because he didn't want to lose his job with Vince. But sad day, guys. Wow. The Fink, man. WWE Hall of Famer. Guy had a job from the day he started to the day he died. It doesn't get any more legend than that.